Okay. Hi, everyone. If you're here, thank you for coming on here. If you're here already, I'm so sorry for the little bit of delay. We are live now, and you guys chose your topic. You chose your topic, and guess what? The topic for today is it's on the title already. So the topic for today is raising a male child versus raising a female child. Hello? 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 Can you hear me? Okay. Is it loud enough? I'm live now already. Oh, really? People are already in. People are commenting already. Yeah, just try and check it again. People are already in. And the line is breaking, kind of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do it again. Hello, guys. Welcome. Eddie, I can see you. Wendy and Chima. Thank you guys for joining. All right. Yeah, I can see you now. Welcome to today's live session. Thank you guys for making it here. I really do appreciate it. And you guys chose your own topic. Hi, Adiola. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. You guys relax. We're waiting for a few more people and then we'll jump right into today's session. Do not forget to share your thoughts, to share your do not forget to share your views. Call in on the number I sent. If you don't have it, I'm going to call it again. The phone number is 410-826-3289. I'm going to leave it in the chat. Call in on that number and put your thoughts. Let the world, let everybody hear you, hear your opinion, hear your views on today's topic. Again, today's topic is already in the title. It is raising a male child versus raising a female child. For one reason, I'm trying to. Hey, Shola. Thank you. Hi, Joe. All right, again, the phone number, I don't know, for some reasons I can't type in. I'm trying to type, but I cannot do that. So, for some reasons, I can't do that. If you can hear me, can you help me type it down? It is 410-826-3289. 410-826-3289. Okay, so we're gonna just go into it already. So I'm talking about raising a male child versus raising a female child. And this is all up to you because you guys chose this topic. So it's not just me talking on here. We are all going to contribute. We're all going to say something about this topic that you have chosen. So let's jump right into this topic. For me, I don't know if there is a particular way, I'll say, to raise a male child versus raising a female child, because I feel like both of them, number one thing I tell both of them is the sense of responsibility. A male child must have the sense of responsibility, and the female child as well must have the sense of responsibility. First of all, I would say that my male child must know very well that it's not just the responsibility of a girl to clean up the house, to take care of the house. So you don't wait for a female to do that for you. That is the sense of responsibility that I'm talking about there. Taking care of the house. My 6-year-old now, even when he was 5, he knows how to vacuum the house. He might not do it the way I want. I mean, I would do it because, of course, it's just 6 years old. But he already knows that, okay, I need to vacuum the house when it's dirty. If the house is dirty, then I need to vacuum. So he knows that is part of it. You don't want to wait till they are 10 or 11 or 20 before you let them have that sense of responsibility. You have to start teaching them from a very young age. Again, for my female child, I still let her know her own sense of responsibility is that she does not have to rely or only wait for a male child, for her brother to do everything because I'm a girl. No, because that grows with them as well. You see a lot of females today, a lot of females in our world today, they just want to depend wholesomely, like everything has to be done by a man for them. That's not supposed to be so. Because you're a woman doesn't mean that you have to rely wholly on a man to supply your needs. Of course, he can be there for you. He can help you out. He can, assist you. He can do everything that you want for you. But that doesn't mean that in your head, you just think that, okay, he has to do it. If he does not do it, if a man cannot provide my need, there's no way I'm going to do it. That is totally wrong. And that is how I'm training my girl child. And I believe that a lot of people these days, I advocate a lot for that we train our female child as well as our male child. The olden days, our parents might have done a horrible job in raising the men. Because these days, that's how you see a lot of men thinking that their wives or their sisters in for them. A lot of men cannot even cook rice for themselves. A lot of them, really, they cannot even boil rice for themselves. So what do you think? I know even a lot of girls as well cannot cook. They cannot make a decent meal. They cannot. I know there are some ladies like that. There are some women like that. But I'm saying that when these kids are young, we need to start teaching them. My boy, I know, it's maybe a young age syndrome. They want to help in the kitchen. When it comes to a particular age, they don't want to do that. I get it. But you have to instill that habit in them of the kitchen is not meant for the girls alone. Being a chef is not a woman's job alone. There's so many men that are chefs today. So you want to train them on that. You need to let them know that it's not only your woman that has to cook, that has to wash, that has to clean the house. They need to know as they grow up. They need to do that. Okay, another thing again is the morals. I teach my son that at this age, from this young age, you cannot hit your sister. You don't hit your sister because that is how it starts. Your male son hitting their younger sister. That's how it starts. When they grow up, they don't see anything bad in it. They feel like, okay, if I can hit my sister, I can hit any other girl. So you don't want them to grow up thinking it's just a norm. Thinking it's normal for them to hit a girl. No. So you start from the young age. Again, I also tell my my female child, she's just 4. She just turned 4. You know, as a girl, as what's it called, as the what do I call them now? The babies that they are, her level, her age right now, she doesn't want to tolerate any kind of nonsense from whoever. But that doesn't mean that, you know, if anything happens because I've told your brother not to hit you, you just hit him or talk to him anyhow. I tell her, you don't talk to your brother any kind of way. You don't talk to your brother anyhow. You do not insult your brother. You do not disrespect him. Even though I had told my son that you don't hit your sister, I equally told her, you do not disrespect your brother. You see a lot of women these days, you know, they just believe because the society is, you know, supportive of women, you know, not being abused. They just capitalize on that. They capitalize on that, and they don't want to I'm seeing a lot of chats. Okay, so they don't want to, they don't want to respect the men. Forget about it. If he's your husband, you have to respect him. If he's your brother, you have to respect him. Even the man, even if you don't know him, you don't have to just open your mouth and talk to people anyhow because you feel like you can talk, and because you feel you're in a society that, you know, that will not condone a man hitting you. No, you don't want to do that. Because guess what? There's a threshold for everyone. There's a threshold for patience for every human being. And if we get to that point, if they get to that point, they turn their backs and do the worst things that you can ever imagine. So you don't want to, you know, push them. You don't want to frustrate them. You cannot disrespect because you feel like, okay, you can't hit me. Girl, if you misbehave, he's going to hit you. So you have to teach them at a very young age that though your brother should not hit you, a boy should not hit you, but that does not mean that you be disrespectful to them. That does not mean that you should be the nonsense. They are talking in the bullshit. So you don't want to do all of that. You don't want to do everything in this life. I believe that both men and women should respect one another. We should respect each other. As long as we're human, we should respect each other. Okay, the third one, I'm still expecting calls. If you can go on and start calling in already. My phone is on, and I'm waiting for your calls. I will also be reading chats here. Let's see if I missed anyone. Okay, yes to raising responsible children. A clean home is everyone's responsibilities. Yes, 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 and yes. Everyone should be able to cook something. Cooking is an essential life skill. Of course, some people cannot even boil water to save themselves. So, yes, yes to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. Amen to that. So, let's do the needful in raising our children. Let's do the needful in raising our kids, because tomorrow the kids that we raise today becomes adults tomorrow, and the things that we are talking about today, I always say that, you know, if you want a change, become the change that you want to see. Become the change that you want to see. The change starts from you and I, and it starts from us raising our kids, raising responsible children from our own house, from our own home. It is okay that, you know, you pamper your kids. It is okay that you care for them, but just do not give them the free will to do all that they want, any kind of things that they want, or do in any kind of way that they want to act or behave. See, I do not have problems. My daughter, she's 4. I paint her nails. Okay, that is my own opinion. That might not be yours. I don't have any problem doing that for her. Okay, but I am not gonna have my boy paint his own nails because he's seen me doing it for his sister. He's asked me a couple of times to paint his nails. I told him, no, you're a boy, you don't do that. You don't do that. Okay, I know this might be a sensitive topic for a lot of people, but I am not going to watch my own child at a tender age to change his own sexual orientation, because at that age you know nothing at all. I don't care how old you think you are. No, you don't know anything until you become an adult. If you grow up and you say you want to change, well, at that point you're old. I can decide to say, man, if you go this route, I am no longer your mother. Our job is to guide them. So I am not going to say that at age 12 or age 5 my son or my daughter want to change their sexual orientation while I'm alive. I'm watching you do that. Heck no, that's not going to happen. If you grow up, you can do what you want. And I'm going to tell you, if I'm not comfortable with it, I'm going to let you know. If you go this route, that's it. It's a bye-bye for us. You find your own mother. That is a plain truth. If I'm comfortable with it at that time, that's it. It's okay. But I'm saying, if I am not comfortable with it, forget it. I will just tell you bye-bye. But not when you are a child. I hear some people, I hear some kids, trying to change their orientation, telling their parents, I am fine, I want to change, I don't want to be a boy, or I don't want to be a girl. Before 18, come on, I will lay you flat and flog you. I don't care which country I live in. So that we flood sense back into your head. Even the Bible says it now. That madness lives in the heart of the child. Only whichever language that you understand, it is cane, wire, belt that will change it. So that is that thing. I will make sure that resonate in your head, that you are not doing this, not even right now, not under my roof. You have to grow. When you are grown and then you know your left from right, then you come back and tell me, okay, I still want to do this, and I'll let you know my own point too, where I stand. That is how I see it. But I'm not just going to open my eyes and let you do what you want to do at a young age, as a child. No, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. Welcome, Miracle. Welcome. I see Michi. Thank you, ma'am. Painting nails isn't necessarily an indication of sexual orientation. You are correct. But the thing is, there are a lot of things, right? Their mind can easily change. They can easily switch their mind on things that you yourself, you're not even aware that, something is happening already. But just because of things that you let go, you just let it bypass you by chance. You are not thinking about it in that note. So for me, I'm going to go to the extra mile of making sure that nothing at all, not even the slightest thing as painting your nails, will make you think that I want to be a girl because I want to paint nails, or I want to be able to apply lipstick, or I want to be able to do this or that. No, because I don't want to give you that chance at all. If my son comes to me, for men, as long as it's men, sure, I don't care what your age, as long as it makes you look good. Like, I can point to you, that's my son, I'm proud of him, like, he's so handsome. As long as it makes you look good, then I'm getting it for you. My daughter, she always asks, she wants makeup, she wants to apply makeup. I'll put powder on her, put lip gloss on her lips. That's fine for me. I don't have any problem with it at all. I don't have any problem with that. But my son can say, I want to put lip gloss, or I want to put lipstick, or make makeup for me. Except if, maybe it's a prank, or we're just joking or something. Yeah, in that case, fine. But just you coming to me that, mommy, I want to make up, I want to do this. No, it's not going to happen, because I don't want to leave the chance. I know the world that we live in right now. I know the kind of country that we live in. These kids, they go out every day. I'm not with them every second. I'm not with them every second. So it is the training that they have from home that will sustain them outside there. The kind of training that you give them, that will help them. Of course, the children have the mind of their own, but the training that we give to them will also help them. If you're not the type that you're able to spend time with them, help them out, encourage them and teach them about certain things, somebody outside there will teach them. Someone else will train them, and then you will not like it, because it is possible. In fact, it is 100% possible that it's not the same kind of training that you will give to them that are helping you to give them out there. So I would say that you try as much as possible, to not give a chance of them misbehaving or doing anyhow they want. Of course, everybody, just you as an adult, you want to do things, you want to try new things. We try out a lot of things. We just want to know how it feels, what is out there. Yes, so it is with us kids. So you want to guide them through that exploration. You just don't want to leave them and let them just be let loose and do whatever they want. That, you're setting yourself up for failure. Honestly, you're setting up yourself for failure as a parent. It is our job as a parent to guide them through this life. As they grow up, as they become an adult. So you don't want to just leave them alone. You don't want to just let them, be on the streets and do what they want to do, or just do anyhow. My kids, especially my son, when we go to the store and he's trying to misbehave. There was one time like that, he misbehaved in Walmart. I pushed him. And people are looking at me, and I tell them, I tell him, I said, wait, if anybody called the cops here, when the cops come, I'm going to ask the cops if he wants a miscreant on the road that they can shoot dead in few years to come. No, because my son will not be that boy. So now you will leave me to discipline him the best way I can, so I can protect him from being shot dead. Yes, that is the world we live in today. We have to train them to properly behave. Because who is that parent that derives joy, or that you think will just have joy in being shot, in seeing their kids shot dead? But the problem is, they have failed when the kids were growing up. They have failed, and I don't want to be in that position. So at this age, I will let you know that I, living in America or not, I can discipline you. I can whoop you. I will. Okay? Because I want you to be responsible. I want you to behave well. I don't want you to die. Especially in the heat. No. Either we like it or not, we're still battling with our skin color. People still have problem with it. And I'm not going to watch you as a black boy being threatened. Your skin is already a threat to them. Now, you growing up and now misbehaving and dressing the way you think, is okay for you. Your pants is like all the way half your body. Then they see you as a massive threat. Either you're an African or not. As long as you're black. Before you know it. And there's a way that, I'm sure you've seen kids that are born and bred here in the diaspora. They act like every other person, They want to behave, that sense of, I have my rights, or I have this, I can do what I want, it's my land, it's my this. They act like that. Right? But, so before the police officer gets to you and say, he's a Nigerian, he's probably trained well, or maybe he's an African, he's probably trained, they don't see that yet. They don't even know who you are. But your skin is what they see. I've talked about this racism thing before. If you've not seen that, you can go on my channel and watch the videos. I think about 2 videos on racism, or 3 or 3. So, but I am just saying, this also is part of raising a male child. about, it's part of raising a male child. I also tell my son, you don't, you do not touch your sister's body or any other person's at that, even boy or girl. Don't do that. Same thing I tell my girl, you do not mess with anybody's body. Don't touch their part of the body. Don't touch their butt. Because how do you think the rapists out there just go about their lives? Because they don't see anything at all wrong in that. They just see a girl, they see a woman, they just feel like, okay, because I see you now, I have a sexual urge, and then I can do anything I want with your body because you do not have power. And of course, we've seen girls or women that also rape boys. It's also part of the training. Part of the training. Part of the training. Some people do that maybe because they have been abused too as a child. You know, it happens that they've been abused as a child. Some people, oh, so sorry. I hope I'm fine now. I'm smiling now. Some people do that, you know, maybe because they've been abused as a child. Some kids have been abused and then they grew up with that. You've seen some men beating their wives just because they've seen their father beat their mother while they were growing up. You see some men, a lot of men, you know, misbehave and do not respect their wives only because they've seen their father do the same to their mother when they were growing up. Same with the women. You see there are some women that they are the abuser in their home. They beat up their spouse. You know, in case you don't know. The women, they are the ones beating up their spouses in their own home. In their own home. Yes, Wendy, it's always important to let them know that their private is only meant for them and nobody else has that right of touching. Exactly. It's only meant for them. No one should touch. You know, as a girl child, you want to monitor the girl. You want to find out what is going on. You know, there are ways that these children will want to let you know things that are going on in their lives. But if you do not give, no way they will come to you, especially if they feel or think that you are just unapproachable, you're too mean, you'll just shout them down and they will not talk to you. They will not talk to you. And I know as Africans, most of us that are here, I know we are mostly Africans, a lot of us have this way of, you know, when our child comes to us and just report something to us, the first thing I would say is, what did you do? We are already blaming the child. Like, what did you do? You're blaming the child even without hearing from the boy, like what really happened. I feel like the very good question should be, what happened? Like, why did he do that? Not what did you do? Just ask him, or why did the person beat you? Or why did the person say that to you? Then there is going to be a conversation. But what did you do already seems like you are judging the boy or the girl. You're already judging your own child. Next time, they're probably not going to come to you and tell you what their fears are or the things that other people have done to them out there. And that is how it is, you know, that is how you see a lot of people, a lot of children growing up in a house that, you know, they're being molested, but they cannot talk to their parents. Because that person are probably threatening them that I'm going to kill you if you tell them. If you tell anybody, I will kill you. But if your child has a very good, relationship with you, they will be able to come to you at every certain point and tell you things that is going on in their life, and tell you their fears, and tell you their worries, even their happiness. They'll let you know. So as parents, I know it's a really hard job. It's a really hard job, but we have to try. We really have to try. If you're still single out here and you are listening to me, parenting is a hard job, really. Parenting, especially when you're working, you are maybe schooling, you are doing some other things, is really hard job. It's a hard job. But it is not undoable. We can do it. We can do it. Our job is just to guide and be open let your kid or your child, your children, let them be able to approach you and talk to you. That also will help them a lot. A lot. A lot. So please and please, I'm still waiting for your calls. If you have anything to tell me, you want us to hear about, please call on this number. I don't know if you have it, 410-826-3289. Again, 410-826-3289. So that's the number to call. I'm waiting for your calls. Call in. It's not. I'm not the only one that will hear you. You don't have to say your name. You can call in anonymously. I'm still waiting to hear you. All right. So let's go on. I see some chats. Let's see what have I missed. Okay. It is also important. Wait. Let me see. I don't know why I'm not seeing. Yes. It is also important to establish open communication with children about their body parts. Explain what a penis and vagina is. Demonstrate what is okay and what is not. Having a strong communication with your kids is key. We should develop that habit of communication with our kids. Someone is calling in. Hello. Oh, did I miss that? I missed that. Okay. So I have another. I don't know what's wrong with my charts. Having a strong. Okay, I have a caller online. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to Gist with Dami.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Very well, I can.
Thank you. Welcome to Gist with Dami.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, I can hear you very well.
All right. Thank you. What is your opinion on the topic we're discussing today? Hello. Hello. Okay, I lost that caller right there. I'm gonna go ahead and continue reading the chats that I have. Having a strong communication with your kids is key. We should develop that habit of communication with our kids. This is very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. In fact, we cannot stress it enough. We cannot stress it enough. You know, we have to make sure that we are able to talk to them. We have to be approachable. It is not every time. We can have another caller online. Hold on a second. Hello. Welcome to Gist with Dami.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hi. What do you have about today's topic?
Just a couple of things, but everything that you said makes a full lot of sense. There reiterate points and expand on others. So one of the things that we tend to do, especially people from an African background, when it breaks home, so you hear things like, I was careful how we talk to a point that we're more sensitive.
I am so sorry. The line is breaking up. Really. Really. You know what? Let me give you another number to call on because this line is breaking up. I don't know why. So you can call back on this number 443-858-6418. If you're here today, if you're there, you can hear me. It is 443-858-6418. Call back on that line, please. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with the first line. It's breaking up. So I bet she has a very important things to pass to us. So please, 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 please don't be discouraged. Call. 443-858-6418 is the number. Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Better, yes.
Okay. So I was saying, just to recap, I said that I think you shared very relevant points, and just to sort of expand on some of the things you were saying, one of the things that we tend to do, especially as Africans, Nigerians, is to raise boys differently in terms of their ability to show emotion, right? So you hear things like people telling boys not to cry in public, not to show weakness, that they always have to be tough. And in fact, what we should be doing is we should teach boys to have a full range of emotions. It's important that we let them know that it's okay to cry, it's okay to express all of their feelings in the full range of it, so that way we're not reinforcing stereotypes of, that showing emotion is a weakness. Because one of the things that you hear people say is, oh, women are very emotional, women are this, and for it makes it sound like it's a sign of weakness, when in fact, showing emotion is healthy, for the overall growth and functioning of every child, boy and girl alike. So it's really important for us to be able to talk about sexual trauma. So when boys have been molested or assaulted, they find it a lot more difficult to talk about it because of this negative stereotype that they should be tough, right? So if some things like that happen to them, it's like they did something wrong and they weren't as tough as they should have been in that situation. I think it's also important that we're straightforward with them about their bodies. A lot of girls get the talk around puberty about what menstruation is, and when they start growing breasts and all of those things, but the opposite doesn't always happen with boys. People don't really talk to boys about wet dreams. You don't talk to boys about what it means to have an erection, and boys are sort of just left to figure out sexual activity of their own, which is also negative when we think about what consent means. So it's really important that in the same way that we're talking to girls about whether it's you're a parent that's practicing abstinence, or you're a parent who is practicing, being comprehensive with their sex education and letting them have access to condoms and whatever your parenting style is. It's important that if you're doing that with the girls, you're equally doing that with the boys. So they're not just out here in the street trying to figure things out, because that's how they make mistakes. And the last thing I'll talk about is play. So you had talked about the, painting the nails thing, but I think that sort of translates into the kinds of play that we think is acceptable for boys and girls. And if we think of the origin of play, it was never structured to be a boy versus girl thing. That's a function of human beings. What we've decided is acceptable for boys to do versus what girls should do. So it's okay if a girl wants to play football. It's okay if she wants to play with toy trucks. And it's equally okay if a boy wants to play with Barbie dolls and paint his nails and dress up, because those things are, children have an imaginative mind, right? So if you talk to people who work with young kids, they'll tell you that those things won't really signal anything. It's just them expressing themselves in the way that is appropriate for them at that age. And those things don't necessarily indicate that they are leaning towards one sexual orientation that so whatever it is, let them explore. And then once they start to have an understanding of what their sexual organs are and sexual orientation, you can introduce topics and be a little bit more intentional. But up until like age 5, 6, they really know nothing. So it's just us as adults who try to enforce our own ideals, and the fears that we have around those situations, we put it on the kids, which in many ways hampers their growth, and it's something we should be careful about. So that's it. That's all I have to contribute.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on live today with us. Thank you so much for your insights. Viewers, you have heard. She said the way. Is it okay to end the call now? Okay, thank you. So, so first point she made was, we have to let our boys, that, I mean, I'm gonna start with the last point. She said the orientation, the sexual orientation, painting nails, or a boy trying to play with Barbie dolls, or a girl trying to, use trucks or do play football and all that, does not necessarily change orientation. No, that's not what I meant. What I'm saying is that, a boy, especially this, I know, and she mentioned it, is our fear. And fear, I know fear is a bad thing, but our fears in the society, it is really what we have seen in the society that is bringing that fear to us. And that is how for me, I call it being proactive. I call it being proactive, because they go out there, it's a norm. They just feel like, okay, yeah, I can do it. I mean, they don't probably don't know nothing at that age, but as they grow up, just like she said, then we have to introduce them. You're not a girl, you're a boy. You have to act like this. You have to act like that. I get it. My own is just, the fear of the society, because I know my son is already 6 years old and he goes to school. He change their orientation already, or start acting that way. Maybe not necessarily changing their orientation, but start acting in a way that, is leaning towards that side. But so I don't want to be taken by surprise. That's just me. For me, I do not want to be taken by surprise. I want to be proactive in that aspect. So again, she mentioned something about what we Africans do, and I don't know if it's everybody here in the world, but a lot of us in Africa, we do that. We tell the male child, or the boys, the men, a boy don't cry, boy don't. But honestly, even biologically, tears are good. Shed some tears. It is very good to be emotional. It is very, if you are not emotional, then are you human at all? You have to be emotional. So stop saying, you're a boy, you don't have to cry. You don't let them express themselves. They even as a boy, they have to be able to express themselves. They have to be able to show their emotion. If they're angry, it is okay to be angry. Even teachers will let you know it is okay to be angry. How do you feel today? Like, I remember, throughout this period that we've been online schooling with our kids, I see a lot of times they will ask them, how do you feel today? They will have the signs, the faces that, do you feel angry? Do you feel sad? Especially in the period when they cannot see their friends, they probably feel all alone. Mommy is going to work, daddy is going to work, I'm just there by myself and all of that. So they can feel angry, they can feel mad, they can feel sad. It's okay. You can't just tell them, oh, you don't have to cry. Yeah, you're not a girl. Only a girl can cry. Who says that? In what? Who has the book for that? Show me the encyclopedia that tells you that, only girls can cry. Only girls can show emotions, because only girls are human. No, men and boys are human too, so they can show their emotion. They can cry if they want to. That crying actually sometimes relieves stress. Kind of, so that you can feel. Sometimes when I cry, I feel good. It makes me feel okay. Sometimes it might not be all the time, but after crying, sometimes I kind of relax, feel relaxed, and come back and calm down and have the mind to actually think. Sometimes I'll even ask myself, why am I even crying? Like, why did I even cry? What happened? But it's okay. It's okay. And the same thing with men. Let them share tears. It's okay. Let them share the tears. Stop telling them, stop stereotyping them that a boy cannot shed tears. A boy should be strong. A boy should be this. That way, they will not be able to open up to you. She also mentioned, how we tend to not discuss about sex with the boys, and we leave them to, find out on their own. And really, that's what has been happening with many of us. The boys are left to find out on their own how about their sex life, or how their activeness, the wet dreams. People don't talk about it. Just like the way we will sit a girl down and talk about, sometimes you have your menstrual period, it's happened, it's okay, do not be afraid, just let me know how it happens. When it happens, I would tell them, do not touch your body, let any boy or anybody touch your private parts. We don't sit down to tell the boys like that. We need to start telling them. We need to start, educating them on their sexual activity and sexual activeness. That doesn't mean that you're exposing them to, for them to be to go into fornication. No, that is far from it. A lot of us, either it's culture or religion. Oh, Tina. Hi, Tina. The topic is raising a male child versus raising a female child. And you can call in on 443-858-6418 to share a male child versus raising a female child. So we need to start training them as well. Tell them about their sexual activity. Tell them it's okay for them to have erections. Sometimes they just wake up, they just see their penis rising up. They don't even know what. Like, they can't even explain. They just only know that, okay, this thing is rising up. Why? Tell them it's normal. It's okay. It makes you, as a parent, it makes me feel that, okay, I am glad I have a complete boy. That's how it should be. We should let them know, talk to them about it. It's not like I said before, if you don't do those things, somebody outside will teach them what you did not teach them. And they will teach them in a way that you will not teach them and you will not be comfortable with. At the end of the day, they become your problem. So you don't want that to happen to you. You don't want that at all. So it is better for you to make sure that you do this job yourself. It's a hard job, honestly. Parenting is hard. And again, if you're a father, you're a mother here, parenting is not just for the mother. It is for both parties. Are we back here? Okay, I think we're back. So parenting is hard, like I said before. Parenting is a hard job. But we have to do it. It's a job that we have to do. Okay? I wish we didn't get paid for it, but until later, maybe we're not. But we have to do the job. We have to do the job. I mentioned something earlier about, our kids coming to us, telling us about somebody doing something to them, and then also asking them, what did you do? Instead of asking, why did the person do that? That doesn't mean that you let your child feel correct every time. Every kid wants to feel like they are doing the right thing at every point. And even as adults, nobody likes to be corrected. Really. Nobody. If you correct anybody, if you talk to anybody about whatever they are doing, you see the look. Just take a look at them. The look on their face will tell you that this person is really not having it at that time. It's possible that they go back on their own to think about what you have said to them, and then they act on it and feel like, oh, I'm really wrong. That thing is actually, she's right, and I'm grateful she said it to me. But at the moment, that present time that you're saying it, they're probably, everything about them will change. Their facial expression, everything will change. So it is with kids. So they don't want to be wrong. My daughter, she does not like to be wrong. When you want her to read or do something about her books or academic, the moment she missed something, you say, Ruby, you're not doing it right. She's done. She don't want to do it again. And no, I'll just let her know. It is okay to be corrected. It is okay to miss something. It is okay to not do something right, That is why there is somebody there for you. There's someone to guide you. It's okay. So don't feel offended. Don't feel bad. Just know that you have to listen and then take the correction so that next time you don't repeat such. So you don't come to the parents, you don't let your kids come to you and then make them feel right at every time. But there's a way you also go about it. It's not like, I know back in Nigeria, I don't know about here. There are, of course, maybe not, it's not happening here. But there are parents that will just literally go to their kids' school, knowing that their kids were wrong. And maybe the teacher disciplined them, They would go there and fight. Because why would you touch my child? Why would you discipline my child? Knowing that your kid is wrong. Knowing that your child did the wrong thing. That is so not cool. That is so not cool at all. Because at the end of the day, the child grew up to believe that whatever he does, everything that he do or he's doing is correct, is very perfect, and is okay for the society. You don't let it be like that. Again, the change has to begin from you and I. We are the change. If you want to see the change in the world, let it start from you and I. We have to start the change. We, from our own home, from your closet, from when you are alone, that's when the change really begins. The change begins. Thank you, Femi. Hi, I can see you. Samha, I see you. Jude, thank you for coming online. Thank you, thank you. Let me see if I missed anybody again. Thank you. I think I was. Oh, Chima, I don't know if I hailed you before. Miracle Bands, thank you so much for coming on here. Thank you, thank you. So I'm still waiting for calls from us. If you have anything else you want us to discuss on this issue on this topic, call in on 443-858-6418. If you have anything, if you want to contribute anything, call in so everybody can hear you right now. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please call in. Call in. Call in. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Emma, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Again, if you missed the topic is raising a male child versus raising a female child. You know, a lot has been discussed about, talking, having an open relationship. I don't mean open relationship in the sense of open relationship that we know the entanglement. No, having a relationship with your child. A good communication with your child. Oh, thank you, Shala. Somebody's asking the topic. Thank you. The topic is raising a male child versus raising a female child. If you have anything to say, please call in on 443-858-6418. So we talked about, talking to your kids about their sexual orientation, about, sexual activity, wet dreams, the boys, wet dreams, raising them in the right way. How you let your boy know that you don't hit a girl, even your sister, you don't touch them. That is how they grow. That's how they will know that, you don't touch a girl. You don't do that. It happens. We've seen it several times. How whatever they see in their home as a child, that's what they tend to exhibit when they grow up. They tend to exhibit that when they grow up. A lot of men out there cannot cook. They cannot make boil water. Boil water as easy as boiling water is. Some men can't do it because they weren't trained to do that. Maybe when they were growing up, they were made to believe that that's a female job. As a man, you don't go to the kitchen. And the idea of our mothers telling their son that is old enough to get married and say, you need to go and get married though. You really need to go and get married because by the time you get, I have a caller online. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon. Can you speak louder a bit? I can hardly hear you. Can you call on the number 443-858-6418? I don't know if I can hear you now.
Can you call it again?
Oh, I can hear you now. This is better.
Okay.
What do you have for us today?
Okay. Yeah. It's all about the topic like this. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay. So I just wanted to say that this is a very nice topic.
Thank you.
Everybody out there, be it parents or maybe a parent to be. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Keep going.
Okay. So be it parent or maybe a parent to be is a very important discussion that everybody needs to key into. Like raising your kids, I know parenting is not a day job. It's not something that is very easy.
Yeah, it's not easy at all.
It's not something that. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so this is not something that you can. Okay, this is not something that is very easy, but we just need to do as much as we can. Just like you're talking about discussion as in having communication with your kids, not just for a male child, even for your daughters. Like I do, there are some times in a month I bring out like 2 times in a month to call my kids, we call it family meeting. They all know. So what we do, I call them, I try to find out what is their challenges out there, even in school, I try as much as I can. That is not that I don't communicate with them prior to that meeting date.
Yeah.
But I call that meeting as a special day for the family. Everybody has to, whatever thing that you have, maybe you need to share, or maybe you need to tell me or my husband. Then you have to be open to tell us what that maybe is happening out there in school, or maybe what is happening in the house. Okay? Which I see that is very, very important. And coming to the aspect that you said, allowing your child to apply a lipstick, maybe a boy applying a cutters on their nails. Yeah, it's something that we need to watch very well. In as much as the child is still small, they don't know what they're doing, but it's still our responsibility to guide them, because they don't actually know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But we need to let them know that cutters is not meant for boys. Yes.
True.
It's not meant for boys. And again, my daughter comes sometimes, if I'm making up, she will ask me, Mommy, put lip gloss for me. I do that, but I don't allow it to be something that she keeps coming by to tell me all the time.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it's not the primary thing that I expect her to focus her mind on. I let her understand, fine, you can apply lip gloss, but that is not all the time. So these things are very important. If we can be able to let our kids know their boundaries, what they can do at every point in time, and what they cannot do, I believe it's going to help us a whole lot. Yeah. And another thing, when you come to some families, they will tell you, oh, this is a boy. A boy is not supposed to maybe wash the dishes, do some things at home. No. Everybody, like, I divide it in my home. My boy and my girl, I divide it. They know their routine. When it's time for you to wash the dishes, you go grab the dishes and wash.
That's it.
When it's time for you to take care of my baby, you go hold the baby, because it's part of everybody is into it. It's not just meant for one person.
Yeah.
So by doing that, I believe that you're teaching that your kids the proper thing they should know, or the proper thing they should do. So it's not meant for a particular sex of maybe a girl or a boy. No. As you're raising your male child, you try as much as you can to raise your female child as well. So it will cut across the two. And for the men, if there are any man here, like you said, the things, as in the home trust is not just meant for ladies as well. So the men need to put hands to assist as well. By so doing, if you're a man and you're helping your wife, your son is equally looking at you. Your son is learning from you. Tomorrow, if that child, hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so tomorrow, if that child happens to get married tomorrow, he will be able to know, oh, that used to do this with mommy, and it's right, I will do the same with my own wife. So whatever we are doing, these kids are equally learning from us. So we need to lay that foundation now. Now, not tomorrow. We need to start now, because as we are doing, they're equally learning from us. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So sorry. I want to grab microphone.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A lot of people said they could not hear, so I want to get a microphone.
It's fine.
Okay. So thank you so much for your insight. I'm gonna go ahead and tell them, because I guess some of them missed what you said. So I'll tell them. Thank you a lot. Thank you for coming on and telling us this about your routine and how you do that every month. I really love that. Thank you. I think I actually need to imbibe that into I'm panting. I had to run upstairs to get this. So I think I need to imbibe that She said, in her home, they have a routine that she does. Like every month or twice a month, she calls the kids and the family together, and the kids tell them, both the mother and the husband and the father, what their fears are. Everybody gets around in the house to talk about what their challenges are, either in the home or outside. And the same thing is, as we are talking about raising a responsible kid, or raising responsible children, if you as a father, you're not doing the right thing and you have a son growing up, best believe that that boy is going to pick up whatever attitude or habit that you are doing in the house. That's the point she made, if I am right. Yes. So thank you so much, everyone, for calling, for staying up to this time. If you have anything to tell us, again, I'm still here. I'm gonna give us another like 10 more minutes and see. Shala, that's all that she said. You said you can't hear. She talked about the meetings that they have in their home with the kids, and then telling us about having this relationship with the kids, things that were said before, and then the men trying to do better. We're encouraging our men to also do better, for the kids, for the sake of our kids. You want them to grow up, to be a better person. I believe everyone in this life want their children to be better than them. So even not only being better in finances or in any other thing, but being better in everything, morally, academically, everything that you can think of in the aspects of life. You want them to be better than you as a parent. So, and that start with you doing better in the home as well. Okay. So if there's anything that you want to say, anybody new here, Monty 1010, then Juman, thank you for stopping by. If you have anything to touch today, is the number to call is 443-858-6418. We're gonna be here for another like 10 more minutes before we end this show. Thank you guys again for stopping by. If you have anything, again, I'm saying it, 443-858-6418. 443-858-6418. Okay, so raising a sweet Oster, raising a female child versus raising a male child. Raising a male child versus raising a female child is still the same thing. So if you have anything to say, please call the number 443-858-6418. 443-858-6418 is the number to call. Again, do not let us forget. Let us do right by our kids. Raise them right. And doing right by them will mean that we're doing right. In the home, as an adult, we have to do right as well. Do not just let them have the liberty of doing all that they want to do. You need to teach them the values of, that things are not. I have another caller on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I had something to contribute.
Okay.
That I realized that no one might have mentioned yet is talking about what our kids watch. So what children watch are very, very important, boys and girls alike. And sometimes it's very easy for, I'm not a parent, but I know parenting is hard because I've been around many parents, and sometimes you just are tired and you just want to put something on TV for them to watch while you're able to do other things. But it's really important that we're paying attention to all of the content that they're consuming, the media that they're consuming, and what type of media, right? We have a tendency to show our female children all of the Disney movies, like the ones with the princesses that come and get rescued by a prince. And those movies are great. I grew up on those movies. But what it does for us as girls and adult women that we don't realize is it gives us these underlying messages of how, women are rescued and saved by men, and it romanticizes the idea of relationships with men in a way that may not be healthy. So one of the Disney movies that I really like is Mulan. Mulan, I think, is a very good depiction of, showing the bravery of a woman in spite of everything, and a woman being able to do all of the things that men are also able to do. So I think if we should be a lot more intentional about that kind of content. So it can still be happy, fun content that helps them learn, but we should be careful of the social messaging that is in the things that we allow our children to watch. And in the same way that we're paying attention to the girls, pay attention to the boys as well. Make sure that their content isn't just centered around women doing all the things for men, or men having to be all the things that men are stereotyped to be in our society today. But it shows them how they as individuals can be diverse, can be dynamic. And I think that will help us raise wholesome children.
Thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. That was a very important one she mentioned there. That actually skipped my mind. Yes, I particularly grew up. I grew up to believe all these Nollywood movies when I was growing up, watching Iniedo and the rest of them. How love life and everything is just love is all about bed of roses. Relationship is so sweet. That's how I grew up. That's how I'll build my mind about on having a man. Is he's just caring, loving, breakfast in bed, and all of that. But seriously, it is not the same in reality. It is way different from what we have. Very, very different. So getting into relationships, and then I started seeing the other side of it. The things that I didn't see in the movies. How you will see somebody suffering as a girl, as a young girl, and then the prince in shiny armor came, or the knight in shiny armor came to rescue. I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna do this, and brush the girl up. And those are all Nollywoods, or whichever wood. It is all stories. It is not reality. In reality, the truth is maybe 1% is like that you'll see a rich boy, wanting, even though there will still be, troubles around the house. Maybe his family would not want him to marry the girl because the girl is poor, does not have any standard or low standard compared to the boy, and the other way around. Maybe 1% actually happen. But because in the world that we live in now, the reality is that the rich want to continue to be rich. The rich want to continue to associate with the rich. But when I was growing up, it was something different. So all along I was like, I was expecting somebody, a knight in shiny armor, to come to my rescue, to fall in love with me, and we'll go, and our life will be, they live happily ever after. Until I started a relationship, those were the things I was carrying. Even along in my relationship, I think I started expecting too much. I started expecting too much. Things are not the same like that. So in essence, what she said is that the things we let our kids watch also really matters and determines how they process things and how they view things as well. So we need to let them know that, those movies are great, it's entertaining, it's okay, but it's not always the case. We need to let them know that this thing you're watching is probably just fiction. Let them know fiction from reality. So please, let us always tell them. Let me read the chats that I missed here already. Okay. Sweet Oster, thank you for coming. And Jules, you're doing a great job, Dami. Most importantly, prayer is the total key. Parents can talk all they want, but without constant prayers, it will all be in vain. Parents should not put fear into kids. Of course, Sweet Oster says, I believe we need to train them both. I lost that. 1 second. I believe we need to train them both with the fear of God and let both gender be active at home and in all areas of life. May God help us raise godly children. Thank you, Bob, Jude, and Sweet Oster. It is true. What you have said is true. But when we are praying, we also have to, because even the same Bible said, faith without work is dead. When we are praying, we're not just going to sit and pray that, God, make my child responsible, while we are teaching them the opposite, or letting them just do things that they want to do. So both of them actually works together. The work is the work that we do is the talking to them and monitoring and telling them things, okay? And the what's it called, the prayer, the faith is the prayer. We have to pray and believe that God is on our side in raising those children, because he gave them to us. Actually, he gave them to us for a purpose, and he gave us to them as guidance. So I am sure that he's going to help us, but we also have to do our own part. Thank you so much for that input right there. I appreciate you. So we have to teach them in the ways of God. It's not only academic that you have to teach them. You can get them a Bible, tell them a Bible story, let them know, they have to know that God is real, and, a lot of things are real. Not what we say, but how we say it to them as well. Yes. We talked about that, how we talk to these people. And here, people, let me take this time to talk about Jude right here is my main connect for my hair. So women, ladies, young or old, if you're out there and you need a plug for good human hair at very good prices, he is there. His brand is Unique Strand, and you can check him out on IG, Unique Strand. He sells very good hair, okay? Very, very nice hair. I've been meaning to, advertise him on my channel for a long time, so I guess this is just a perfect time. Yes, he just put his link there at Unique Strands on IG. Check him out. If you want a plug for good hair, he got you right there. He got you. So again, thanks Jude, and thanks Sweet Osters. As we're saying, we talk to them about everything in life. I don't think there's any particular age that is too young for you to have a discussion with your child. Just the same way they will tell you that, you read to them while they are young. Even now, they will tell you that when you are pregnant, you read to them. Even while you are pregnant, you read books to them. You can as well be reading Bible to them. Read to them. When I give birth to my kids, I think I did it for both of my kids. Right there in the hospital, I am, prophesying and speaking into their lives right there at birth. I have to, tell them, this is what I want. Your purpose for coming to this life, you have to fulfill it. And that purpose has to be aligned with God's. Okay, so those are the kind of things. But, it's not everybody that's religious. As much as we are trying, praying that everybody gets the gist and get the drift about God, we're not going to force religion on anybody. But we can as well do our part in raising good and godly children as well. So please, let us do our part in doing all of this. I remember when I was a child, when I wasn't really a child then, but I was growing up, and I'd love to wear anklets. And then my dad, I remember him telling me that, when you get to your husband's house, you can wear it if he allows it. If you want to dress anyhow, if your husband allow it, then you can do it. That was it. I stopped using it. The moment he said that, I removed it. And then I got married. Of course, I still like it. I still have it. But it's not even something that I want to do every day. It's not something that is, a do or die affair for me. If he had let me do it then, maybe, constantly doing it, I'll just get, it will be something, it will be like an habit for me. I'll become habitual anklet wearer. So, and it will be hard for me to stop it. It will be something that is part of me. It depends on how I train myself from that point that he said it. But the fact that he said it, I'm like, okay, you have a point. When I get my own husband, or when I'm independent, I can do it. So it all depends. Like Jude said, it is not what we say to them, it's also how we say it. How we say what we say to them also matters. And that's why I said, when they come to you, don't just say, what did you do? Because kids, they have a way of processing things. My mom always knew as our African mothers, and they were just she said something one time to my boy, like, you maybe you're useless or something, and then my son came to me, mommy, am I useless? I said, no, you are not useless. Because if I had said, yes, you are, you don't know how the process, you don't know how they grow up with these things. These things affect them. It is not only adults that have depression, it is not only adults that have mental illness, it happens to kids too. So, and it builds up. It builds up. Imagine my mom saying that kind of thing, and then I'm recapping it for him, and then he goes out there and someone else says it, and then it becomes a norm for him. He believes that he's useless, so he will start acting it. He will start acting it. So what we say to them, really, and how we put it to them, really, really, I try so much, as much as possible, even though you know how kids can frustrate you and make you just say things, how you just, idiots, stupid. I try so much. I try a lot, to refrain. It might be difficult, yes, but don't let it become a habit for you to just call them those kind of names. It is not good. It is not. He came to me this afternoon. He was like, my sister, nobody want to play with me. Ruby don't want to play with me. She's playing with her toys or playing with someone else. No. And then I told him, I said, it's not every time that your sister will play with you. It is not every time that people will play with you. Sometimes you have to find your own alone time to be by yourself. So you don't just feel like, okay, at young age, nobody wants to play with you. No, that's not it. People want to play with you because you are gorgeous, you are good, you are nice, you are handsome, you are everything perfect. But most times you just have to take time to be alone. People just want to be alone. So you have to be okay with that. People want to be alone. They just want their own alone time. And it's fine. So don't always think that, people don't like you or people don't want to talk to you. So parenting is a hard job. And we learn as we go by the day. We learn as we go by the day. Really, we learn as we go by the day. That is very true. Jude said something about, so you're so correct. I was about suggesting daily positive affirmations. Speak, write, or read positive affirmations to them and have them repeat and believe in it. Yes. That is so true. That is so true. You speak it to them. If you want to read it to them, you can have it in their room. Let them wake up. Honestly, these are things that we can do. We can also help these children. It's hard out there. It's hard. The world itself is hard. Don't let anybody lie to us. Don't let us lie to ourselves. The world is hard. It is hard. The society is hard. Everything is hard. Like I said before, mental instability or mental illness is not only meant for adults. Kids also have that. So you just want to always have, we want to prepare ourselves. Let us just focus. Let us prepare our minds. And their mind. We have to prepare their mind as well. We have to, let them know the reality. Let them know the reality as young as they are. But as well, when we're telling them reality, just like I think Shola said, do not instill fear in them. Do not instill fear in them, because you know what? Fear kills even faster than failure. Fear kills faster than failure. So you don't want to instill fear in them, but you still let them know the reality of things going on in the world. I'm going to tell you again, the world is hard. Things are hard out there. And they go out, they see people. They see a lot happening to people. My kids, from day one of Corona, they know what Corona is. They'll be like, oh, I don't know. I'm still going to make a video about that. There was a time that I was sick, and my child was like, oh, my mommy don't want us to come to her because she don't want us to give her, she don't want to give us Corona. Yes, she was 3 years old then. So they know about this things. I let them know, okay, why can't we go to school? Because there is a disease called Corona out there that kills people. Why can't we do this? Why can't we go to Chuck E. Cheese? Why can't we go to playground? Because there is a disease out there called Corona that kills people. So they know. But the thing is, the way we'll say it, I just let them know, okay, we can always still have fun in our house, or when Corona is gone, or when we go out, I make sure that even me, when I go out, even as an adult, I was carrying wipes everywhere. I will laugh at myself, but yes, it's something that we have to do, right? Right, it is something that we have to do. So I just still let them know, because that is the reality of life. I'm not going to lie to you that, oh, you're not going to school because one. I'll let you know what's going on. That's how it is. Now they'll still have to continue online. It's still the hard work. You might not feel it, and I'm sure a lot of adults feel it, but these kids feel it. Imagine they can't see their friends. My son, when he was leaving, he's leaving kindergarten, and he's not going. He wasn't going to see his friends. He felt it. He was like, I'm just sad. I'm not going to see my friends. There's not a boy in our class that is changing states, going to another state, and they don't get to say final goodbye to the boy because he's leaving. He's going to another state. So it's hard on the kids alone. Those kind of reality, we need to let them know. But positive affirmation, every morning, if you want to write it, put it in their rooms, put it on their wall. If you don't want to put it in, if they can't read yet, maybe you have it somewhere close and read it to them and tell them. Let them understand what it means, what you're reading to them. Teach them this is what this thing means. It's good for them to always believe that. I commend my son's kindergarten teacher. That lady was good. I mean, she plays some kind of music for them. Like every morning they sing that song. Even while they were doing online schooling, she would play the song for them online. That's something I believe in you. It was a very good song. And when I listen to the lyrics of the song, I really like this. And I'll tell my son, sing it. Something like that. It was good. So I this is a great thing to do. You talk to them, positive affirmation daily, because there are a lot of people out there, maybe their friends in school will even tell them stupid. Oh, I've seen it. That some kids in my area, my street, these are white kids, were just passing around, and my son came out the door, just trying to play with them, and they were like, stupid diamond, stupid diamond, stupid diamond. I couldn't take it. I'm telling you, my own kind of I could not take it. What's this one? I of course tell my son, don't look for trouble and don't call people bad names. I don't know, your own style might be different from my style, but when they start saying that, I told him, open the door, call all of them by name and call them the same thing they're saying to you, and shut the door and come back inside. That is my style. Your style might be different. Your style might be different, but that is my style of parenting. Like, I'm not gonna let you talk down my kid right in my face. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. I am not gonna let right in my face you calling my kid stupid. No, it's tit for tat. I can't come out and call them stupid, of course, but I can tell you to say I just got some nice visitors in my house. So I can't go out. Hi, I can't come. Are you leaving already? I'm sorry, guys. So I can't personally tell the child you're stupid, but I can tell my son, their age mates, right? Go back and say it to them. You can't be calling him stupid in my face. I like about 3 kids. They were just passing by, stupid diamond, stupid diamond. My son is not stupid. I didn't give birth to stupid. So you open the door and call them stupid, so that they will know that you can also call them stupid. And then he said it, and I said, oh yeah, come inside, shut the door. That's my own style. Your style might be different. I am a Christian, but I am not going to be a foolish Christian. Like, my Christianity doesn't make me foolish. All right. So if me telling my son to respond back to them makes me a pagan or what have you, so be it. I accept. I concur. It is very, very, very just like that. He's not going to stand there and you call him stupid for doing nothing, absolutely nothing to you, and then I'll just let it slide. No, because I have to make him, they need to have self-confidence in themselves too. We don't just let everything and anything that anybody says to them they just accept it. No, we have to find a way to teach them to rebuild something as well. When they say things that are not yours to you, no, just tell them, no, I'm not supposed. I tell my son, I tell my son when my mom, of course, because I've tried to tell my mom, caution her, mommy, I do not like the way you don't say, what's it called? Yeah, you don't say idiots. You don't call them idiots. You don't call them stupid. All these kind of names. I don't like it. Because these children, especially the kids that we have here, It's not even only here. I've seen kids in Nigeria or other African countries. The way they process information these days, I wonder, because their brain is like computer. They pick things quickly and they process it so fast, and like in minutes, in few seconds, they process it, and they have their own meaning already, and they live by that. You have to be the one to change it. So if when I notice that she didn't change, I tell my son, if grandma say to you that you're useless or you're idiot, tell grandma I'm not useless, I'm not idiot. Or say my mommy said I'm not useless, my mommy said I'm not idiot. Because maybe if he starts, that's my own thinking, maybe if you start telling grandma that I'm not useless, grandma will start getting it that okay, this is bad, this boy is getting wise, I'm not going to be saying this to him. That doesn't mean, of course, if he tries to disrespect her, that he knows he gets punishment. His iPad is taken away from him for weeks. Nothing. So he cannot, he knows his boundaries. But what I'm not going to allow is you prophesying or saying some negative things into their lives. No, that is not right, it's not cool, and it's not acceptable, not on my end. So on today's, if you have anything to add, again, if you have questions, if you want us to say anything that I've not mentioned, please call the number 443-858-6418. And for those of us here, please, I have some YouTubers in the house that you're going to enjoy their content. Wendy 104, she's my very good friend from Canada, and she's a YouTuber. She's been very helpful. See, Wendy, check her page out. Sweet All-Star is another one. Chima Franchise, the Franchary, I don't know if she's still here. Please check them out. Tina, I saw her. I have a lot here. I don't know. And I think I saw Emma Chef. Yes, those are YouTubers and they are good people. You're gonna like their content. Emma cooks, makes some delicious and nice desserts that you will like. You can learn from. And Wendy also do cooking and a lot of other stuff, other fun stuff you're going to enjoy. Please don't forget to check them out. If you have any questions, I'm so open. With like 2 minutes, this is like a 90 minutes that I planned for this. So we have 2 minutes to go. If you have anything to say, please call in or chat, put it in the chat. I'm going to read it out to us. Let's see, what did I miss here? Say, positive affirmation resonates very well for our kids mentally with you without you knowing. Yes. That is so true. Yes. And oh, thank you. We love that smile on your face. Thank you. And Omolali, you are very correct. Even my 2-year-old learned it at his daycare, and it says it every day. Yes, that is it. It is at that age we teach them not to accept what they do not want. Exactly. That is so correct. You teach them at a young age what you don't want them to accept. Okay, they don't just accept anything anyhow. What they know that is not for them, they should not accept it. Yes, thank you. You said Jude said abuse their confidence. If someone says you're stupid, no, I'm not using that. If someone says you're stupid, tell them I am not stupid, I am brave. Exactly, I am blessed and I will be what I want to be. You call me stupid because that is who you are. Seriously, that is just it. That is it. But what's called, for the example I gave, the one that was calling my kids, they were like 3 kids, and him going about doing all of that. I'm not stupid, I'm not this. I just call them stupid and get off there. That's it. Call them stupid. But yes, Jude. God bless you for this session. We did not know it all. Refreshers are very important. More blessings. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys joining. You did not let me do it alone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Jude says share your business IG handle. Yes. Thank you. Wendy, share your IG. I think she's chi underscore loves or something like that. LOVEZ. Yes, I don't know all of the handles, but yes, please put down your handles. Let people follow you, and please subscribe to their channels. Subscribe to their channels. Wendy, that's a channel name. Wendy 104. Tina Isoa, that's also a channel's name. And Chima Franchari, that's also a channel's name. I think Emma Chef Emma is also a channel's name. Please visit them. Visit them. Thank you everyone for stopping by today. I am really grateful. I am happy we have the discussion, and we're gonna do it again sometimes later. Okay? Thank you. And this session is about to end now. All right, until next time, guys. I'm gonna see you again. Thank you. Bye bye.